Yo, guys, drama. It doesn't matter if you like gossip, don't like drama, don't like YouTube news, man. Whether or not that is the case, this is just too juicy to not cover. This is amazing. So, Tfue is suing FaZe Clan as he states they are taking advantage of him and stealing his money and not letting him pursue sponsorships. Only the sponsorships he can pursue are the ones that have been approved by FaZe Banks and FaZe Clan. They've been taking 80% of his prize money from all his tournaments, so he alleges. And you know what? Like, people weren't catching up on this. They're not taking 80% of his like sub revenue or his Twitch money or YouTube money. They take 80% of like any kind of sponsorship deals that he gets from FaZe Clan apparently, and also gets from winning tournaments. So he alleges that's where this gets juicy, because we all know FaZe Banks, our number one favorite douchebag out here in the world, is clapping back. He's coming in with he's bringing the real strong, bam, smacking him down, and he is clapping back, and that's the funniest thing. So let's just take a real quick look at the actual allegations from Tfue and his lawyer, and then we'll get into the funniest rants by FaZe Banks, and then Nadeshot got involved there, and he's yelling at Nadeshot, and then freaking Daquan got in there involved, and FaZe Banks is clapping back at him too, and he's posting like actual stats of Tfue's money and the contracts, and essentially it's like he's lying, she's lying, and this is just, it's too funny not to cover, guys. Too funny not to cover. And real strong. Esports pro sues gaming organization FaZe Clan over oppressive contract. I'll get through this as quick as we can, because we got to get to the juicy, funny stuff of FaZe Banks and his tweets and him attacking everybody and then throwing shade, and Nadeshot throwing shade, and it's too funny. And real strong. Turner Tenney, a 21-year-old professional gamer known as Tfue, on Monday sued FaZe Clan for allegedly limiting his ability to pursue his profession in violation of California law. This sound like I read as well as Keemstar. Passing on a lucrative brand deal because of a conflict of interest and failing to pay him his share of sponsorship earnings. In no uncertain terms, these gamers are artists, entertainers, and content creators. They perform, they act, they direct, they edit, and they stream, writes attorney Brian Friedman of Friedman and Tatelman in their complaint. Unlike traditional entertainment, esports, new industry, and Freeman argues that there is little to no regulation oversight and no unions or guides or guilds to protect the players who are often young and trusting. There's a lot of money up for grabs, blah, 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 blah. Tenney says he's missing out on the opportunities because of FaZe Clan's unlawful activity in connection with a deal he signed in April 2018, and he only gets to keep 20% of the revenue from any branded videos they are published on Twitch, YouTube, or social media, and half of his revenue from touring and appearances. His Twitch streams have been viewed more. Okay, so like you said, he gets to keep all his Twitch money. We're not talking about that. He gets to keep all his YouTube revenue apparently, and then on top of that, FaZe Bank is firing back and saying this is all but nothing fabrication and lies, and it's just, you know what, let's just cut to the juicy fights here. This is the funny one right here. This is where it gets hot. This is where the whole thread starts. Yo, this whole thing with Tfue is pretty unbelievable. The first thing I'd like to say is we do not and have never taken 80% of anyone's prize money. Not sure where that came from, but a contract like that has never existed. We've collected $0 from Turner's prize money. Zero. Then he claps back. I'm pretty bummed out, man. Like, all the business stuff, the money stuff, like this is going to with me personally for a really long time. I met Tfue when he was getting 100 views on Twitch. I attached myself and fully committed to helping him succeed, and it worked. And to have all this dropped on my head without any warnings, it blows my mind. I still don't fully believe Turner knows and understands what these claims are. I believe his team put this in front of him and encouraged him to follow through. I'm heartbroken, homies. Like, I got code Tfue tattooed on my body. Imagine how stupid I feel right now. Honestly, being professional, this is so beyond numbers and contracts. Homie, I called you my family, Tfue, and not only did I get blindsided, but you can't return a call. I'm crushed, OG dog. And then FaZe Clan puts out a tweet here. FaZe Clan responds to today's press article regarding Tfue. We are shocked and disappointed to see the news of Tfue's press article and lawsuit. Over the course of our friendship and partnership with him, which began in April 2018, FaZe Clan has collected 0 tournament winnings, 0 Twitch revenue, 0 YouTube revenue, 0 from any social platform. In fact, we've only collected a total of $60,000 from our partnership. Now, this would be nice to be making that much money. That 60 grand ain't a big deal to take. While Tfue has earned millions as a member of FaZe Clan. Tfue's rich as hell. While contracts are different with each player, all of them, including Tfue's, have a maximum of 20% to FaZe Clan in both tournament winnings as well as content revenue, with 80% to the player. In Turner's case, neither of those have been collected by FaZe Clan. We're proud of what we've accomplished together over the past year with Turner, and will continue to support him. So this sounds, as of right now, really bad for Tfue. It sounds like he is completely full of it, and FaZe Clan is out here 110% just without doubt real strong. Bringing the heat right back into him and basically calling him a liar. This tweet here is also hilarious by Nadeshot. He gets involved. I hope recent news doesn't affect the broader gaming community's perception of esports teams. There are plenty of organizations in this space whose top priority are their professional players and content creators. Hey, great job there, Nadeshot, jumping into this and giving your opinion on this, some kind of information news, considering you're the head of 100 Thieves and quite frankly a CEO and a pretty important businessman when it comes to esports. As sad as that sounds, Nadeshot, an important businessman, I know, can't believe it, from McDonald's to running an esports team and a millionaire. So, big ups, congrats, that's a big come up. But, without any information, any news, any kind of actual law or not, he just basically throws FaZe under the bus there. FaZe Banks claps back. You're a piece of dude. And when my side of this is heard, you'll see why. Way to jump on the bandwagon and chase the clout. As much as I don't think I like FaZe Banks and think of him as just a douche, because I only see his YouTube perception and he has an AK-47 tattoo and it's just some typical LA douchebag, right? God, from FaZe Gaming to some wannabe gangster. So, and that's my personal opinion, but this guy's spitting some straight facts. Way to Matt, I'm going to personally make sure you regret tweeting this and adding this bull dumpster fire. And what actually ended up happening was that Nadeshot deleted that tweet as well. So that's a stolen tweet. So big ups to my support team and my crew out here, FaZe 8 Thoughts, that's what I'm talking about, doing the work on the DL. And then Nadeshot came back after he realized the mistake he made and says, I have the utmost respect for what Banks, Temper, Rain, and Apex have created at FaZe. We've been working together and alongside one another for almost a decade. I apologize if my previous tweets don't reflect that sentiment. This situation is being blown out of proportion. Well, Nadeshot, McDonald's ex-employee, a little bit low on the freaking IQ register here. Not really, dude. You literally threw him under the bus without any information and hearing any side of the story and just taking Tfue's, claims as 100% facts without anyone actually being able to show, the real information and, actual stats of what's going on, and pretty much just basically threw FaZe under the bus because you're a moron. Anyways, that's all I'm saying. And a bad Call of Duty player. Dab on them haters. So it gets even worse from here because I'm telling you right now, Nelk even got involved. The Nelk boys, straight from Canada, just like me. I like the Nelk boys. Love both FaZe Clan and Tfue. Just weighing in our experience with FaZe. They let us and our entire team move into the house for free and have never once even came close to pressuring us into any sort of deal or percentage type thing. Well, that's nice. And then, of course, Tfue talking about 80%.
I keep all my earnings? Yeah.
And then here you go. FaZe Banks comes back. I recruited Tfue to FaZe Clan in April of 2018. These are the graphs from both his YouTube and Twitch channels following the mark of our relationship. Tfue, and then look how much he blew up, apparently. Blew up. So obviously what FaZe is saying, because when you joined FaZe Clan before anyone knew who you were and before they started promoting you and trying to push you out there, because that's how YouTube works, right? You need a lot of help in order to get big out here. You can't just be some no-name dude and rise to the top on your own without, basically a 1 in a million shot. So you need people to actually try to support you and push you out. YouTube is pretty, shady that way, but it basically shows that, yes, this is when you joined, and then all of a sudden, doom, you blew up. Look at the up and down, though. YouTube is so freaking inconsistent. At the end of the day, this is all about money. More and more and more money. Clearly, Tfue felt he deserved millions of dollars in salary in addition to all the millions he earns on his platforms. He wasn't happy, and this was his attempt at getting out of the contract. To stoop as low as he did, or his team, whoever's responsible for this, it's disgusting. Lies on lies on lies. I'm sorry for being unprofessional, but I'm hurting right now. And big respect to FaZe Banks for, at least, really honestly, just clapping back and being a real person and just, really looks like to me, Tfue looks like the idiot right now. Tfue looks like a piece of shit. Without doubt, Tfue looks like the guy who is slandering and throwing out false news and fake information and trying to just get out of a contract and as a greedy son of a bitch. And for me, if I'm going to weigh right now, which sounds crazy because I'm not a big fan of FaZe Banks, as you can tell, if it's Tfue or FaZe Banks, I'm going with FaZe Banks on this. Tfue, it looks like a little son of a bitch right now, because also they talk about underage drinking as well. And so what was that about, being pressured to drink underage? Apparently Tfue as well was throwing some shade, and other FaZe Clan people or haters or whatever were trying to say they were always forced to drink underage. They see Teenage Shotgun with 3 beers in 30 seconds.
Did it right, wasn't it upside down?
Those two are good.
Those two are good.
What? What bro?
You fucking upside down, you shit.
So anyways, that's Tfue chugging beers. Big deal, right? Okay, now that's a little bit lame. I'm getting off Twitter for a minute. That's all I need to say. As crazy as it might sound, I'm still love you, dude, and I wish you nothing but the best. A phone call would be appreciated. Yeah, that's some low-key dirty, right? I mean, of course you can't talk to him. You have a lawsuit going on. So Tfue obviously is a moron apparently and had no good life advice from anyone else. And his team, as it says, is basically like, you know what? Get out of this contract. Lawyers got involved, and Tfue's like, okay. I mean, have you ever seen the guy? I mean, the way he speaks, the way he acts. I mean, I'm not trying to throw shade at Tfue, but he ain't exactly like the brightest star in the sky. He's a few sandwiches short of a picnic. You know, he's a few freaking cups empty of a full glass. That made no sense at all because I'm a moron. Okay, last tweet. To clarify, Turtle's contract does outline splits in prizes, ad revenue, stuff like that. But again, we've collected absolutely none of it with no plans to do, and that was very clear to him. We have collected a total of $60,000 from $300K in brand deals, 20%. That's it. So basically, out of all the money that Tfue is claiming they're taking from and trying to, throw shade and make, FaZe Clan look like a bunch of real scumbags, it ends up basically working out to nothing. Collected jack squat. He had 300 grand in brand deals, and they took 20%. If I could get a $300,000 brand deal thrown at me, and all they're taking is $60,000, 20%, and I had no way in any way, acquiring that brand deal, and they took 60 G's from it, I'm gonna call that a major win on my part. Like if I can get 300K or 240K out of $300,000 for a brand deal that someone else set up for me, that it would be what would one call a major win in my category. I mean, of course, Daquan, you know what I'm saying? TSM Daquan, I had to get up in here, another Fortnite professional gaming athlete who's making a ton of money. Without knowing details, I will say I know Banks, met him in person, and I don't think he is robbing anybody out here and what they're working hard for. 80% is just way too big, LMAO. Just my 2 cents. Wait till all the details come out before you judge either Tfue or Banks. There's a man with some freaking intelligence right there. There is the freaking actual perception, like that, that some dude who's just a freaking Fortnite gamer who, doesn't really have any kind of play in this, any game in this doesn't belong to, well, I guess he belongs to TSM. I don't know what the heck their deals are. And obviously they ain't 80% because he's saying that's way too much. Unlike a nade shot guy who comes out here and starts basically just, making up his mind that FaZe ripped off Tfue because Tfue said so, because, nade shot's a moron. But anyways, 80% is a fake number. I don't know where people are getting this from. Well, they're getting it because Tfue said it was at 80% because the kid's a lying son of a bitch, apparently. But like I said, I'm going to wait for all the news, all information to come out as well. You can gather from this what you want. But you know what, man? It just looks like Tfue lied and FaZe Banks wasn't happening. That's what it looks like. I don't know what the reality of it is, but it really, they've given facts, they've given contract information, they've shown how much they've helped Tfue, how much he's risen up, and how much he's a big deal, and kind of like owes FaZe, and FaZe Banks got spit on, and FaZe Clan got spit on, and their name got dragged through the mud. So there might be a counter lawsuit now. The FaZe Clan might countersuit for slander and hurting their name and hurting their brand. I mean, there's an actual, really, valid lawsuit here from FaZe to countersue Tfue for those claims. So I don't know, man. 8 Thoughts, your #1 esport Fortnite YouTuber, instant tips and drama informational channel, bringing you this amazing video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much. If you are new here and you haven't done so already and seen how great this channel is, might want to subscribe. Might be a good move on your part. It might help make your inbox and your subscriptions a whole lot more awesome, a lot more alpha, a lot more amazing if you get to watch my videos on the regular. And hey, man, I'd appreciate if you guys could hit that like button and have yourself a great day as well. And that's pretty much it. So take care. I will see you all on the next video. Thanks for watching and peace out. Optic Clan for life, bro. FaZe Clan.